Hi there, remember me? I know it has been a while since I did my last little video. Full uh, day of shooting today, and I'm going to try to do three of these short films, short videos today, so to catch up on what we've seen so far. I know the trade papers and the discussion boards and Twitter has all been a buzz about when Mr. Byrne or Dr. Byrne would do his next film. Well, the answer is now. So, in this one, I'll discuss briefly um, adaptation, the film that we saw 2 weeks ago. Uh, anyway, as I said, I'll be catching up. Um, First of all, I was looking for my copy of the Orchid Thief. I can't find it. Maybe some of you could tell me where it is here. Probably should be on one of the top two shelves where science fiction ends. Then we start into contemporary American, and then on this shelf as well, these two shelves should be right up here. That's where the creative nonfiction is, but it's not there. I probably loaned it out. Anyway, I thought maybe you'd like to see my books. For a bibliophile, if you take a look at their bookshelves, you'll know quite a bit about them. So, I have no book to show you. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about with adaptation, I mean, first of all, I think when I was developing this course, uh, putting the syllabus together, etc., adaptation was, the first film I thought of. I mean, it really got to the kind of stuff I found interesting about adapting literary works to film. So it's sort of the crown jewel of the course. It's also sort of the hinge in terms of the first half of the course and the second half of the course. I didn't mention it when we were doing the hours, but the first 2 weeks we did British literary classics adapted to film. The second 2 weeks we've been doing, or we did because it just finished, American classics adopted to film. And this third week we're doing, it's more or less popular culture um, translated to the screen. So there's a mix there of American and British classics, but they're more sort of pop culture, not say high literary works. So I just wanted to say where we were in terms of last week. So this week again we're doing the popular culture one, starting with, what are we doing today? I think it's Scanner Darkly, which of course I'll have more to say about later. Um, 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 so what I like, one of the things I like most about adaptation is the screenwriting. Charlie Kaufman. He's probably one of the few screenwriters that I know of that you could possibly call an auteur. That's a French word, Auteur. Basically means author. In film, it's usually sort of the creative force behind a given film. Traditionally, in American filmmaking in Hollywood, oftentimes the producer is the one who had the creative vision, maybe the director, very rarely the screenwriter, unless the screenwriter was also the director. In Britain and Europe, it has had a much stronger tradition of the auteur, the art director. So, as I said, Charlie Kaufman has such a unique vision in his writing that I didn't think you could call him an auteur, even though, in the case of adaptation, Spike Jonze directed the film. But it's a Charlie Kaufman film, and that was sort of the buzz before the film came out, that it was in Charlie Kaufman's latest film. Of course, the films he wrote before this um, were always get it, The Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, which is one of my all-time favorite movies, and also Being John Malkovich, which is also a very interesting um, a well-written and sort of quirky uh, indie type of film, and that's the kind I prefer, and the kind that Charlie Kaufman prefers, and the kind that he was sort of making fun of in the movie in terms of making fun of Hollywood filmmaking. Of course, there's a debate whether at the end he's really seriously sending up Hollywood, or rather basically taking advantage or using Hollywood convention to sort of bring his own story to an end, though sort of tongue in cheek. But it's not clear whether he's selling out or if he's sort of giving it to Hollywood. Um, the film on our syllabus, besides adaptation, I mean, the one that most resembles adaptation in my mind is Tristram Shandy, a cock and bull story. So, I mean, both of those films, it basically made the impossibility of adapting the literary work into the main theme of the film. And then both of them, in their own ways, send up or make fun of Hollywood filmmaking. Though the differences are also significant in terms of, the way an American auteur would view Hollywood as opposed to the way, basically a British ensemble um, think of Hollywood. So, I mean, Britain has a sort of a love-hate relationship with Hollywood. Every few years, some British film wins a lot of Oscars in Hollywood. The last one would be The King's Speech. But there's almost always a British film that's nominated. But at the same time, uh, the British have to work pretty hard to sort of keep Hollywood at bay and keep Hollywood from basically taking over the British film industry, which on a couple occasions in their past has come pretty close to happening, including the very beginning of film in the 1890s. Um, so anyway, I thought it'd be interesting to think about Tristram Shandy and adaptation, one British, one American, and what the differences might be between the two. So I'm just at 8 minutes here, and I think I'll quit while I'm ahead. So next up, I'll be talking about American Splendor.